Nah, man. As soon as I get back, you know I spawn. Just kill me AFK. ass nigga. Yeah. no days off until I'm wealthy. No days off until I'm wealthy. I know the money. Ah, suck. And they spawn. Oh shit. B right here, plan B.
Your future is at your fingertips. Take advantage of the flexibility and diversity of futures trading with NinjaTrader, the #1 rated futures broker. Start trading futures today.
So if I lost everything and I had to restart from zero with trading, this is exactly what I would do. So in this video, I want to give you guys an A to Z plan of exactly how to get started, especially if you're on a budget, you don't have much money to trade with, or you're just completely new, you don't have a strategy, you're starting as a beginner. Not only will I give you that A to Z plan, but also be showing you my exact setup that I would follow. There's one specific strategy and setup I'd focus on, and I'll even show you some live trade examples of trades I literally took this morning using that exact strategy I'm going to be showing you in this video. Alright, so let's say I'm starting over from zero, maybe I have a couple $100 in my bank account or whatever it is. This is my exact plan, this is how I'd go about it. Now me personally, I would start with a prop firm account because you don't need much money and they give you a lot more leverage to be able to make more, versus if you were to grow a $200 account from scratch, right, it would take a lot more time. I still trade with a prop firm to this day, right? I have over $1 million net worth, but I still use a prop firm account because for some reason, if I end up having a really bad month or something, and let's say I blow the account, I don't have to blow $100,000 with my own money. With a prop firm account, I'm out maybe a couple $1,000s because I trade with around 20 prop firm accounts. So I can go and make a bunch of money, you know, make 40, 50,000 with prop firm accounts, but then if I have a really bad month, right, and I blow the account, big deal, I'm out a few $1,000s, I can just get some more prop firm accounts, right? So when you're just starting out, start with one prop firm account. First thing you have to do is you have to pass evaluation. So prop firm accounts give you an evaluation, which is basically like a test to see if you can actually trade or not. And then they give you what's called a PA account or a performance account, where you can actually get payouts once you get the performance account and pass the evaluation. So everyone has their own prop firm accounts they like to use. It really doesn't matter that much. I personally like using Apex Trader Funding. I've always used them. I've never had a problem with them. They pay out consistently on time. Actually, right now they have 80% off evaluations and $85 PAs. So if we go down here, this is the account I like to use. I like to use the Tradovate 50K accounts. Basically, to pass this valuation, you just have to make $3,000 before you lose $2,500. Keep in mind, Apex usually has 1 day to pass evaluations, so you can technically make this $3,000 and pass the evaluation in 1 day. You just can't trade with more than 10 minis or 100 micros. So literally to pass this, you only have to make 15 points on NQ if you're fully sized up, or you can take it slower. You can take 30 days to pass it if you want. If you're still learning, you want to test out a strategy, right? It doesn't really matter, but as you can see, these accounts are normally $167 a month. With that 80% off discount right now, it comes out to just under $40. So you can get started trading with 40 bucks. So no matter what your situation is, you could probably come up with that $40. By the way, if you guys do want to sign up to Apex, I will leave my link below with that 80% off discount code. That'll be the first link in the description below this video. Okay, so once you pass the evaluation, you're going to start out with a fresh $50,000 PA account. Basically, you want to get that account to $53,000. Once you get it to $53,000, you have to keep a threshold over $52,500, and then anything after that, you can actually request money out and get a payout. Again, they have certain rules and stuff. We're not going to go into all that in this video, but essentially once you get the account to 53,000, and me personally, I like to trade 10 micros on ES or NQ with the 50K accounts. This should take a couple weeks to actually do this, so you can actually get your first $1,000 payout within a month of doing this, right? If you have a strategy down. Obviously it's going to be different if you're just starting out and you're learning a new strategy. Now the next question is, how are you actually going to pass the evaluation? How are you going to get your account to 53,000 so you can get that $1,000 payout, right? Well, obviously you need a strategy. strategy. You need a setup to follow. I recommend having one strategy, mastering it, and only doing that. That's personally what I do. So the first thing I recommend is have a few things you're going to trade. Obviously with PropFirm accounts, I like to trade ES, NQ, Gold, and I make a plan every single day. So you can see inside my Discord community, I create a trading plan for what I want to trade that day. So for example, this morning, today at 6:53 a.m. my time, I said, gold plan, currently in bullish rotation to test resistance level. If we can hold above the VWAP area, I'll be interested in playing long setups. Here's what my chart looks like. So now before the gold market even opens, I know I want to play long setups if we hold above VWAP area. And you can see I posted that at around right here. So this is 6:58. This is when the gold market was starting to open. We're holding above this orange line. This is the VWAP area I mentioned. And if you guys don't know how I trade already, if you haven't watched my other videos, I'm a trend pullback trader. So I only trade with a trend and I get in on very light pullbacks. So basically what I'm looking for is I'm always looking for imbalances in the market. So when the market is balanced, I don't want to trade, right? The reason I'm looking for longs is because we trended up pretty much all night. Keep in mind, this is a 2-minute time frame. So I know the bigger time frame trend is up, which is why I want to play longs as long as we hold above VWAP. And then on the shorter time frame, the 2-minute, the 1-minute, even the 30-second I like to trade, right? I'm looking for imbalances. So when the market is balanced, what happens is buyers and sellers are balanced, right? Exactly what it means. So buyers buy this up, sellers equally sell this off. Buyers buy this up, sellers don't equally sell it off, right? As you can see, they're starting to become a little bit of an imbalance to the buy side, right? Because buyers are buying more than sellers are selling, right? And this is when the market opened right around 7 my time. As you can see, what happens? Buyers start stepping in again after the sellers sold off less than the buyers did, right? We're holding above the VWAP. Everything is there. We already know I'm looking for long setups. What happens? We get a nice little pullback, right? And you can see this better on a 30-second time frame, for example, or even a 1-minute, right? Let's go to where that pullback happened. And this is what it looks like on the 30-second time frame. As we can see, right?
You've probably used price action order flows in your futures trades, but you haven't used this.
Imbalance to the buy side. Buyers buying it up, sellers barely sell it off. Buyers buy it up, sellers barely sell it off. So basically this is where I started trading right here at 7 o'clock. I started looking at the chart, so I didn't get in here. I waited for another pullback, showing that there's still an imbalance in the market in the direction I want to play, which is longs, right? So I want to make sure buyers still have that imbalance, right? As you can see, we got bought up aggressively. We sold off very lightly. I wait for buyers to step back in on this candle right here, right? And this is where I get in. Get in right here, and then I always put my stop right below the last low. And then you can ride this to a 1-to-1 risk reward, a 2-to-1 risk reward. And as you can see, once again, buyers come in again, sellers barely sell it off. Now I can put my stop way above this low right here. So essentially all I'm doing is I'm trading with the trend. I'm making a plan based on the bigger time frame. I'm looking for those imbalances. Who has the edge in the market? Another way to think of this is just basically looking for an intense move up and a light pullback. Intense move up, light pullback, and getting in on the confirmation candle. So creating that trading plan for what you want to trade is going to be key for this. If you guys are kind of unsure how to create a trading plan, like I said, I share my trading plan every single day inside my Discord community. It's completely free to join. We don't charge any money to join our community. If you guys would like to join and see my plans every single day, we'd love to have you inside. If you guys do want to join this Discord community, it'll be the second link in the description below this video. Now, once you get that $1,000 payout into your bank account, right, now you can use that payout to buy more accounts and you can copy trade. So now instead of trading with one 50K account, you can trade with 5 50K accounts, right? And this is personally what I do. You can have up to 20 accounts. So again, once you buy more accounts, you have to pass evaluations again. Then you want to get those accounts to 53,000 again. And now you're going to be getting a $6,000 payout because now you're going to have 6 accounts instead of just 1. And essentially you just want to keep doing that until you have up to 20 accounts because that's the maximum they allow you to have. And really, like, once you get your accounts to, let's say, 52,000, right? If you make, anywhere from $100 to $200 per day on each account, right? Let's say you're making $150 on average per day, right? So this should include maybe some days you make $350, some days you lose $100, right? So count your losses as well. On average, you're making $150 per day. You times that by 20, so there's typically 20 trading days in a month. That's $3,000 of profit in your accounts that you can get payouts. And again, this is per account. So now we do $3,000 times the 20 accounts. And as you can see, if you trade well, right, you're not trading crazy, you're not over leveraging the accounts, right, you have good risk management, you can still make around $60,000 per month when you have 20 accounts. Obviously, if you have 10 accounts, maybe it's $30,000 per month, right? So really, you can make anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000 per month. That's getting anywhere from 1 to 2 payouts per month. And this is pretty much the stage I'm at, right? I'm just trying to keep consistent with my accounts. It's good cash flow coming in, right? Getting those consistent payouts. I'm not over leveraging. I'm not trying to make $1 million a month. Obviously, some months I might blow it. Usually I blow my accounts like 1 to 2 times per year. It's okay. I just start over. I buy new accounts. They cost me a few $1,000s, but I can easily pay for that because those other months I'm getting those bigger payouts, right? And at the end of the year, I'm going to make a profit. And by the way, guys, if you have no idea how to use prop firms, like I said, that first link in the description below, it'll go over how to copy trade your accounts. It'll show you how to set up the accounts. It'll explain more about the rules you have to follow with Apex and all that good stuff. It's basically a free prop firm course that'll walk you through everything from buying the account, setting it up, copy trading them, the rules you have to follow, all that good stuff. So again, if you want more information, you're new to prop firm, take advantage of that free course. Again, it'll be the first link in the description below this video. So now that I explained the strategy, let me actually show it to you in action, and you can see I actually do what I say, right? So this is a trade I took this morning. As you can see, I'm making around 194 in 10 of my PA Apex accounts. So in total, made just under $2,000 profit on the day. Like I said, I took this trade live on Zoom. I trade live every morning. So let's go and roll the replay, and you can see I actually do what I'm saying in these videos.
Okay, good morning, guys. Hope you're all doing well this morning. So, pretty much watching everything today. Everything's looking pretty bullish. We'll just have to see if everything holds and if we get any setups. Got above resistance here and old support, and it's been slowly trading up all night, holding VWAP on this pullback, still in an uptrend. Based on this move up, this pullback was pretty light. Now going into the smaller time frame, consolidated around here, we're starting to break out of this. So I'd love to see a small pullback over this level, and ideally take it into this zone right here. So this is what I'll be watching for the next 25 minutes, and then we can head over into ES and NQ. Alright, let's see if gold gives us a setup here. This is why I never trade, or I haven't taken a trade on gold for so long, because the confirmation candle always does the whole trade. And we still have lots of room to run. Stop would have to go down at 68. It's actually not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna put a limit order on 70.9.
Searching for a trusted US MT5 broker? Discover Forex.com, the largest US broker with MetaTrader 5. Join over 250,000 MetaTrader global users served by Forex.com and experience the benefits of working with the largest MetaTrader broker in the US.
Yeah,
Our commitment to excellence is proven by...
Oh, that was close. Maybe? Looks like a tick off there. Alright, I was probably being a little bit too cheap there. One tick. I'm getting filled. That's frustrating. Well, that would have been the whole trade there. Okay. Oh, just opened. Starting out with a dump. Oh my god, this off is insane. I mean, look at that price action. Alright, well, we're coming into pre-market support. So we could see it push back into 503. It's around 70 area.
I'll spawn cargo containers.
Okay, this could be a confirmation candle. Oh, come on. Okay, I hopped into that. Stop has to go at like 15, 16. I'm already up over a 1-to-1 on that.
Fuck.
Stops at break even until, well, we're already past 350. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of that, honestly. That was just really quick. Not even sure what just happened.
All right, so just explain my thought process here. Basically, what happened is if we just zoom out so you guys can kind of see what's going on, we're on NASDAQ. Like I said, like you saw, that's what I traded. And again, we're in this consolidation range. Kind of explained this yesterday. We're looking like we wanted to break out of it this morning, and then we got confirmation that we rejected it, right? And what happened here was we came down to the support from yesterday, and I ended up playing a long position back up to this resistance area. Okay, so let's go into the 2-minute time frame now to kind of see this better. So if we go into where the market opened, right, we look like we're trying to get over this resistance area. This is pre-market, market open right here, and we just started dumping straight down, right, straight into the support area right from yesterday. Now, if you saw me, I was using that Quantico Cap tool. We're going to do a training on this tomorrow inside my private group, but this is basically telling us that, hey, we have a high chance of getting back up to this resistance area, right? This is like 503.50 on QQQ. Okay, so you probably heard me mention that on the live call if you're confused. So if we go into the 30-second time frame, I wanted to short this down because once we rejected this level, shorts were high probability. And if you guys don't know how I trade already, I'm a trend pullback trader. So I'm looking for imbalances in the market, and I'm looking for little pullbacks to get in on that goes with the trend and the bigger time frame. So we rejected the level on the bigger time frame. What do we see? This is a 30-second time frame. There's absolutely no pullbacks. We just sold straight off, straight off, straight off, straight off. Finally got a pullback here, but we never got confirmation to sell off more. Plus, we're in that support from yesterday, like I shared earlier. Now, that tool you saw me use in the trading session is basically saying, hey, there's a high probability we bounce here and we get back up to this resistance area. So we started going up. We started seeing an imbalance of buyers because we're just straight buying. There's no sellers. And again, I'm looking for a tiny little pullback to get in on. We finally got this right here at the VWAP area. And what do we see? We notice a massive imbalance, right? Buyers in control, sellers try to step in, and then
Top of
buyers
that building and they
immediately step
spawning,
back
man.
in on this candle right here. This is the candle I got in on, and then I always put my stop just below that pullback low, okay? And then from there, I trimmed at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, and then I trimmed some more at around a 1.5 as we got straight to our target, which was this old resistance area. This is basically the top of the trade, so I had to cut it there. You saw it was a very fast trade. These are 30-second candles, and this played out within 60 seconds. So it was a very quick scalp. Market was moving today. I mean, this alone was a 300-point sell-off. This trade I got, this was like 40, and it went all the way to 80. This is like a 40-point trade in 60 seconds. So market's moving super quick. I did size down. You saw, I think I only used like 40 micros instead of, using 100 micros or 80 micros like I usually use. But that was the trade for the day. Super quick and easy, so I decided to call it there. But as you can see, there's plenty of other setups. We started going down, right? We saw an imbalance of sellers. Once we hit that resistance level, we got a nice little pullback. You could have got in on one of these candles, and we started selling off again. Got a nice little pullback again. Could have got in here again. We saw an imbalance of buyers coming in. Might pull back here. Could have got in on this candle. Right, so there's lots of setups today. And before we end this video out, I mean, the first priority, I know I mentioned those bigger numbers and it can kind of seem exciting once you get to 20 accounts. You can make anywhere from, 30 to even 80,000 per month, but make the first priority enough to pay your bills. Think about what your monthly bills cost right now. The average person usually costs around 5K per month. Get to 5K per month. How many accounts do you need to do that? Realistically, you only need like 3 accounts, right? Anywhere from 3 to 5 accounts, and you
Behind
can
us,
easily
I
make
spawn,
that
I
5K
spawn,
per
bottom
month
B.
if you're consistently profitable, right? Maybe you have a 70% win rate with a 1-to-1 risk reward. That's typically around where I am. My risk reward is around 1.2 with a 70% win rate. So make sure you have a strategy that works and make it the first priority to pay your bills. Don't try to buy 20 accounts right away. Don't try to go for 10 accounts right away. Your first priority is get enough to pay your bills. You have the rest of your life to trade. The market's not going anywhere. There's no rush at all. Make this your first priority, and that's going to take a huge weight off your shoulder and slowly scale, right? Don't try to become a millionaire by the end of the year. Let it take 5 to 10 years, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So anyways, guys, this is how I would start over from zero. My exact plan, I would start with the prop firm just because you barely
Yo, this nigga is in the spawn, bro. All the way in the spawn.
And like the vault is free. I gain more value out of the vault than like this freaking $4,800.
All right, so let's go and talk about the VWAP trading strategy. I think VWAP is one of the most important indicators outside of trend and key levels because it goes off of volume, and a lot of big hedge funds and institutions use it to know where to actually place orders. So not only will I be showing you how
how
to
the
use
fuck?
VWAP for my specific trading system, but also show you some real examples of trades I actually took today using the VWAP indicator. So hopefully you guys get some free value and education out of this video. Okay, so there's basically 2 different ways I use VWAP in my trading. Now keep in mind, VWAP works best for day trading. I wouldn't use it on bigger time frames like a daily or a 4-hour chart. Again, only use it if you're actually day trading, meaning you're buying and selling within the same day. So, what actually is VWAP? Well, just to kind of show you, I'm on Thinkorswim. If I go into my indicators, VWAP basically stands for volume weighted average price. As we can see, you can just add it on your studies right here. And if I just go to my settings, one thing I do with my VWAP is I make sure to turn off upper band, and I also turn off lower band as well. You can press OK, and as you can see, it shows up on this pink line. So my favorite part about VWAP is it tells you what the volume is doing, right? It tells you if the price action is actually real. So, you'll see volume, you'll hear people talk about volume all the time. And these bars on the chart, like the actual volume bars, this always used to really confuse me. So when I started using VWAP as kind of more of my volume indicator, it helped me understand the market way, way better. So anyways, now that you kind of understand what VWAP is, what it stands for, now let me go and show you some trade recaps I took from today and how I actually use VWAP in my trading. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead. We're on the 5-minute chart. I'm just going to zoom in here, and as we can see, let's actually go into the 1-minute chart so you can get a better picture of what's going on. So the market opened at 7:30 right here where I live. This is the S&P 500. Again, VWAP will pretty much work with any stock or ETF. So anyways, the first way I use VWAP is either using it as a support or resistance level. Okay, so I'm always paying attention to this one thing. This kind of determines the trend for me, to be honest, right? Is price trading above or below the VWAP? As we can see, around 6 o'clock this morning, we finally broke under the VWAP. As you can see, it was acting as support pretty much all night, has multiple touches as support. And as we can see, once we actually broke it early this morning, then VWAP started to act as resistance, right? So as we can see, once we broke it aggressively, once we came up, right, now this level acted as resistance. Now keep in mind, it's not always going to be perfect, just like a support or resistance level. It's not always going to be perfect, okay? So my rule of thumb is 5 points above or below the VWAP, okay? So that's kind of where I put my stop loss. So let's say, VWAP broke down, and now we came back up. We're testing the VWAP again, right? Once I start to see some weakness in the candles, for example, we saw some wicks right here, and we're within 5 points of this line, so 194. So what's 194 plus 5 is 199. As we can see, 199 is up here. We didn't get to that level, so the fact that it didn't get to that level started showing weakness. This would have been a great way to use VWAP as resistance, enter the trade right here, and get out wherever you want to have your target, right? Same thing here. After we sold off, right, we came back and tested this level literally 10 minutes before the market was about to open. As you can see, market sold off very aggressively into our support and into our demand level. Okay, so I actually missed this trade just because the market, by the time the market opened, we were already kind of sold off. So I did not take this position, but I'll show you the trade that I did take today where I did use VWAP. Okay, so notice how I said, I don't want to go against the trend. If price is trading under VWAP, I'm only focused on trading short. However, you do have to pay attention to the overall market, right? You can't just look at one little indicator. So I like to use VWAP as my confirmation to get into a trade. Okay, so if we look at the overall market, we'll notice that we're at a key demand level from yesterday. So yes, you could have taken this long, but for me, like the reason I didn't take this long today is because if you notice, this demand level had a pretty big range, right? So if I got in here, I had to risk, like 6 or 7 points, and I just wasn't wanting to risk that many points based on the way I trade. So what I did is I waited for VWAP to act as a confirmation. So what does that mean, right? Well, before it was acting as resistance, right? And notice how we came up to this VWAP again, and we broke through it with strength. In fact, we broke through it, over 5 points, right? Basically, it was at 88, and we got all the way up to 97. So that's 9 points above the VWAP. So therefore, once we actually did that, now I was like, okay, I want VWAP to act as support, right? Notice how I kind of switched that. So you have to adapt to what the market is doing and what it's telling you throughout the day. And VWAP is a very easy way to see that, right? We broke through it. Now, once it broke through it, what happens? Well, old resistance tends to act as support. Old support tends to act as resistance, right? You probably heard that before. So as we can see, once we dipped down to this level, price started to slow down. This is actually where I got into my position. Now, of course, literally right when I got in, the market dumped. But, going back to the rule I follow, it's not always going to be perfect. I always put my stop loss 5 points above or below the VWAP. So, for example, VWAP is at 189. So, I had my stop loss at 184, which was down here. I literally almost got stopped out on this, not going to lie. But price ended up picking up. And as we can see, this would have been a better place to get in. We had some reversal candles here. and boom, we ripped up to our next resistance level, proving that VWAP was acting as a good support once we actually reclaimed it. Okay, so that's the first way I use VWAP, is either as resistance or support, kind of going along with the trend. If the price is trading under VWAP, then I'm mainly looking at shorts. If the price is trading above VWAP, then I'm mainly looking for longs, and VWAP acting as that support. So hopefully that made sense. Now let's talk about the second way I like to use VWAP. I don't like to do this as much because it goes against the trend, but you can take some killer trades out of this strategy. So I'll give you an example today. I didn't actually get the opportunity to take this trade because I was at the gym, but you know, this would have been an awesome trade opportunity. So another thing you'll notice with the VWAP is, you know, what you'll see here, let me kind of just zoom in, right? Price started to get really far away from the VWAP, okay? And what tends to happen if the VWAP is kind of lagging, like notice how it was kind of flat, right? When there's very, very heavy volume, VWAP will start to, you know, go up faster. It'll kind of chase the price because it's based off of volume. So the fact that we rallied this high and the VWAP was still just had a slight uptrend told me that a lot of this volume was kind of fake, right? It was basically just more likely to sell off. So basically the second way I use VWAP is if we're extremely far away from our VWAP and we're at an extreme level of resistance or support, in this case, since we're above the VWAP, we were looking for an extreme resistance. That's where you can kind of go against the trend, because obviously price was trading above VWAP here, so it technically goes against the trend based on the system I trade with. So kind of what I tell myself is only trade against the VWAP if we're at an extreme level and we're far away from it. Okay, so notice right here, let me just go on the 5-minute chart so you can see better. We had a clear supply level from, you know, last week and also a few days ago at this 42 43 level. So we just about got there. We got to 240 today. As we can see, we were at a clear supply, so you could have, you know, waited for the candles to show some weakness, which they did. So the fact that we're at an extreme resistance level, this is like the top of the range, plus the candles started to slow down, it started to show weakness, and we were super far away from VWAP because, again, price tends to navigate back towards VWAP because that's the average price based on volume, right? This would have been a great opportunity to get short, even though you're going against the trend. As you can see, market sold off pretty aggressively. It doesn't look like much, but it sold off around 20 points in 20 minutes. So again, I would only use this strategy, like if price is trading super far away from VWAP, I would only use that if we're at that extreme resistance level, or even today, we're at the extreme support level, right? Notice how, you know, this could have been a decent long position, even though we're kind of going against the trend, price was under VWAP, but again, we're at that extreme long level. So that's the two ways I use VWAP. I either use it as resistance or support, going along with the trend, or if we're at that extreme supply level, extreme demand level, and we're far away from VWAP, then I'll go ahead and go against the trend and get in short or long, depending on where we're at, right? So anyways, those are the two different ways I use VWAP. Again, the most important thing is knowing where your levels are at, knowing where the key support resistance levels are. If you guys want help with that and you want to join our free Discord community, I post my pre-market plan in here every single day, going over the levels I'm watching, the key supply levels, key demand levels, specifically for the S&P 500. Plus, I also do market updates, and you get a community for all our members. If you want to join our community, I'd love to have you in there. It's completely free and open to the public. I don't charge any money for it. If you do want to join, it'll be the first link in the description below, or just head over to this link right here. That being said, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. These are the two ways I use VWAP. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions about it in the comments. Happy to answer anything for you.
Trade futures on the go with NinjaTrader Mobile. Place trades with simple order management tools. Access over 40 built-in indicators.
Let me ask you a question.
out of here. I don't get it. We got the same gun. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is that? Man, that ain't no fucking way, bro. That's some bull fucking shit. Yeah, I just put the UAV up. I just put the UAV up for us. He on bottom down now. Yeah, he down there on the bottom. that nigga might be cheating, bro. Nigga ain't miss a fucking shot. Yo, ain't no way, bruh. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, come on, man. Bitch ass nigga. Yo, I ran into your bitch ass. I was running from another nigga. Oh my God. Yo, boss man, come pick me the fuck up, bro. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm gone, man. Fuck this stupid ass goddamn game. That's some fucking bullshit. Straight the fuck up.